Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to do this because I don't think I've ever done a full day of like eating out of the house, not tracking, intuitive eating, but today's video is more geared towards like the summer festivities, if you will, because we all know the summertime is filled with like barbecues and you're gonna see all the carbs and fats that were involved in today's little festivities. So anyways, I'm starting off the morning with my regular Starbucks blonde roast iced coffee. I have this every single day with a little bit of dairy-free whipped cream on top. This is a mess also because this is just who I am as a person. So anyways, on Saturdays, if I don't wake up early enough, I don't like to have my breakfast before I do the Saturday 60 workout. I talked about this in my weekend morning routine video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. So this is just my iced coffee, which I am having before my workout, and then I head downstairs to work out. And this is the first like quote unquote meal that I am having right after I'm done working out. So it is about 10 a.m. and I am making my go-to shake. This is also something that I would recommend to anyone who is like, you know, going out for the day, having food out at different places or meals that you're not preparing yourself. I just personally like to have a larger protein source first before I leave for the day. So I'm making my regular driven shake. This is a super big cup of whole ice cubes. It's important that you have a lot of ice so that it blends nice and thick and creamy. And then about half of a banana. I'm throwing in a handful of oats. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm actually not weighing anything. As you can see, I'm just basically taking the day off of tracking, which I do recommend for anyone who is tracking their macros to take some days off now and then. It's obviously a good way to give yourself a little bit of a mental break, so you don't feel so trapped and restricted to weighing everything. In my opinion, the goal with tracking macros should not be to track your macros forever. For me personally, I just like the ability to make sure that I'm eating enough protein, carbs, and fats. But when you have a day like this today that you're going to see, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to kind of wing it. And I'm pretty sure I'm using probably the same portions of things that I use for my shake anyway. So that was a little bit of chia seeds, a full scoop of driven iso drive in vanilla, and then some honey, and I'm going to blend that up all the way. But the key to these shakes, and this is what I do all the time, I've been making this shake so often, is you blend it first, then you take like a full tablespoon, it's kind of like a little bit of the palm of your hand of chocolate chips, and you put those guys in, and then you put it back on the blender and only pulse it for like a second or two, like you'll see here in this clip. I don't blend it for very long. Boom, that's it, because I want it to be chunky but not fully the whole chocolate chips, if that makes sense. So this is what the consistency looks like afterwards. Absolutely amazing. It's like straight up ice cream, and I will be drinking this before I head out for the day. And of course, as always, bringing my water with me before I leave, because the one thing I do notice when it comes to eating out or eating at other people's houses is water is typically the first thing that tends to start lacking for most people, and myself included. So I just fill up a 32-ounce cup of water, and I do want to show you my outfit first before I leave. So this is what I'm wearing to Morgan's little bridal shower. It was the romper from the last video. I love this one. It is so cute and comfortable, and off we go. Also, I just wanted to show you how cute she looks in her little polka dotted dress here in her bride-to-be sachet. It feels weird to be doing like social things again, especially now that everyone's vaxxed. It's just like, ugh, don't even know how to do it anymore. All right, but here's the important part. Let's take a look at this MFing spread, okay? Not a protein source in sight, okay? So we have some fruit. That's actually a fruit pizza, which is on like a cream cheese, so I couldn't eat that. Cinnamon rolls, I don't even know what that is. Scones, that's chicken salad Sammy's though. Some mousses in different flavors. More chicken salad on croissant rolls, so lots of fat, maybe a little protein there. More scones, lemon blueberry scones, those were delicious. Little lemon cupcake bite things, veggie pizza, there was an attempt, okay, some veggies, more fruit with cream cheese, more freaking cinnamon rolls. And right as I was filming this, somebody came out to put out the pickle roll-ups, and I really need to know if anybody else knows what these are or if it's just a Midwestern thing, but these are freaking pickles wrapped with cream cheese and then ham on the outside and cut into little bites. I've never heard of such a thing in my entire life, but you know, we are in the Midwest. So this was all of the food. I needed to show you the table for the size reference, okay? My one option, oh wait, and those are cream cheese bites over there and iced coffee. My one option for protein was chicken salad. So keep that in mind. So I did get some iced coffee though, because iced coffee is life. I had Katie's daughter Annabelle help me here because I was holding the camera. She is so freaking cute. And that is what I started my meal with. And then I'm going to show you how I plated up my plate. I did decide to go for 2 halves of a chicken salad sandwich because I figured that would kind of be like as if I was eating a whole sandwich out at a restaurant maybe. But obviously with croissants, you know, you're going to have a ton of fat and carbs in there as well. So the ratio of protein to carbs and fats is not really ideal. But this is what I ended up putting on my plate. I did grab a slice of the veggie pizza because it was literally the only veggie there. 2 of those pickle roll-up things. I hate to admit this, they're actually really good. A lemon drop cupcake thing, a big strawberry, and then a big piece of coffee cake. Now, here's the thing with me, okay? I'm sure those of you who know me already know what I'm going to say, but I have serious stomach issues, IBS, GERD, and I really struggle eating high fat and a lot of high sugar. So this type of meal for me, I have to be really careful because it is so delicious and I would eat way more than I put on my plate, but I have to also be realistic because I didn't want to end up in pain later and just be miserable for the rest of the day. So my rule for me personally, when it comes to places like this, or just, you know, any homemade delicious good food that I don't typically eat, is I'll fill my plate up once, like with a little bit of everything, and then whatever I think was the best thing and what I would consider worth the stomach ache, I'll go back and get a second serving of just that. So it's an easy way for me to make sure that I'm not like overdoing it right off the bat, but then also decide what is worth it for me to get a stomach ache later. And for me, that ended up being the cinnamon roll thing with powdered sugar. Oh my God, I could have eaten 50 of those and another iced coffee. It was delicious. So that was what I ate at the bridal shower. And then I went home, immediately grabbed my berries and greens from Driven. Now, I do want to put out a little disclaimer here because I feel like a lot of influencers push berries and greens like it is a replacement for eating vegetables and fruits, and it is 100% absolutely not. However, in my opinion anyway, when I have a day or a meal like that and there's no way I'm going to go home and eat like regular foods, number one, I was full, like disgustingly full. So for me, this is kind of a good way to get in some micronutrients and also kind of makes my stomach feel a little bit better, probably the probiotics. But either way, it's just kind of like a filler for me, where if I have a day where I basically didn't eat any vegetables or fruits and my food just kind of was like I mix a scoop of that plus this little Built Boost immunity packet from Built Bar. I really like the strawberry guava and the apricot flavor. Both of those are really good, but the combination together makes it like actually enjoyable and not disgusting, because some of the other greens powders I've tried, ooh girl, they are disgusting. So I put those 2 in my little Peloton shaker, and I just also want you to peep the stomach and intestinal relief medicine that's to the left that I took as soon as I got home. So I put that in my Peloton shaker bottle my best friend gave me, and we're heading over to Austin's parents, which surprise, more shit food. Okay, so I just had to give you a quick look at what was on this table when I walked in. Again, not much protein. It was actually a lot of the leftovers from the bridal shower. There was some fruit though, but I didn't eat any of that. I had to wait a little bit because I was still really full. And luckily, Austin's dad makes some pork. So those are just like leftover pork chops. So a couple hours later, this was around 4:30, I decided to rummage through his parents' cabinets and fridge to figure out what the hell I could eat that was not going to make me have a stomach explosion. So I found those little like spinach carb wrap things, and I put some cucumbers and tomatoes. Why I cut it like that, I have no idea. Okay, don't judge me. On the wrap. And then I took some of the pork and sliced it up and put it on top as well. Then I found this half of an avocado. Sorry, Shelly, if you're watching this, I took the other half. And I put that on the wrap. And here, honestly, I was just trying to eat like somewhat normally, if that makes sense. And that's, you know, the really hard part about having stomach issues, because for me, I love eating those types of fun foods because they're so delicious, but like it is so not worth it sometimes for how it makes me feel afterwards. So typically after eating such a heavy, and I know, disclaimer, it's probably not like, you know, as crazy as some people might expect, but for me anyway, it definitely is a lot of carbs, fats, and sugars, and it just makes me feel so horrible. So I just wanted a little bit of something kind of normal, which is why I decided to make my own wrap instead of eating what was on the table. Now, obviously, I know not everyone is going to be able to do this, but it's kind of just to show you what you can work with when you don't have your normal foods, or maybe you're at somebody else's house, if you feel comfortable rummaging through their fridge and finding their food to eat. But this wrap did not fit and it was an absolute mess, but I did roll it up kind of like a burrito and cut it in half. And then I found some leftover steamed broccoli that I did not put anything on, and it was disgusting, but I ate it anyway. And this is what I had for my like late lunch / early dinner by the pool meal. And it was actually not bad. It was pretty good. All right, so after we went home, this was around 7:30, so this is kind of like the third meal of the day. I am having Van's waffles. Why? I don't know, but I wanted to show you the one chocolate chip that was in my waffles. Clearly, I was really satisfied with them. I don't even know why I bother with Van's waffles. I really don't. I keep trying to think of it like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory golden ticket. Like I'm going to open a box of Van's waffles and they're going to be fluffy and chocolate chip filled like they were before. And they're just not, and I keep getting let down. Also, my fancy toaster, the time is wrong, by the way. It was not 1:30 in the morning. It was about 7:30 at night. So I put some spray butter on those guys. I figured at least it was better than nothing, because I personally didn't have anything prepped, like in terms of meal prep wise on this day. So this is a true full, like, I am eating just random crap. But also, to be fair, I don't think I would have had an appetite for regular food at this time anyway. For reference, I eat my dinner around 5:30 normal time, so this was totally off schedule for me. But I did want to at least add some peanut butter to them because I just don't like them dry, because now they are dry on the inside, which pisses me off if you couldn't tell. So I added some peanut butter to them, and that is what I had for the third meal of the day. If I had to guess, I would probably say it was around like 2,000-ish, maybe 2,100 calories, give or take, but probably just like super high in carbs and fats and pretty low in protein. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is how I handle social outings, eating at places where I'm not tracking, or just kind of taking the day off from tracking. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. I have honey on my face, and I'll see you guys in my next video.